We're back at Disney, guys. 2 times in 1 year. 2 times in 1 year. We're going crazy.
Technically, they're different years, but
in a 365, 2 times. It's crazy for us.
Now, yeah, these days.
Used to not, but yeah. We spontaneously decided to come down to Disney World. I am feeling crazy because this is just like unusual for us to just be like, hey, let's pick up and go.
Yes.
And we're just doing it.
Yeah, we don't do this anymore with Disney, so we're excited to do it again and be here. We're actually experiencing something we haven't experienced here at Disney before, which is the Flower and Garden Festival.
Yes.
So we're excited to get to do that later. But today,
we're at Hollywood Studios. One of our favorites now. It's just so fun.
Starting it off strong.
Yep, we're going on Hollywood Tower of Terror to start it off. So hopefully our breakfast is settled.
My coffee I'm currently drinking.
Funny thing is, we actually drove down here and we're surprising our friend. It's her birthday, Jules. You've seen her in some of the vlogs.
Jules and Grayson, yeah, they've been on multiple
vlogs. And so she doesn't know that we're here. So they're in the park already. So we're gonna hop in and see them. And
they planned this trip for her birthday and wanted us to come, and we weren't going to be able to, and then we realized we could, and we were coordinating with Grayson, so hopefully he hasn't told her yet.
Yeah, I know, hopefully not, but yeah, we'll show you what it looks like inside though.
Let's go.
So we just got off Tower of Terror, and it was a good one.
Yes.
Dude, we were on the front this time, and I don't know if we've ever been on the front.
We have before, but it's been a while.
Yeah. Dude, that was a good one. It like switched it up on us, for sure.
Yeah, it felt different. I don't know if it actually was. I feel like I blacked out on that ride, but it felt so different.
For sure. Jules, by the way, very surprised.
Yes, we got her. I'm so excited. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Funny seeing you guys here.
We heard it was your birthday.
What the? What?
Got him. What? Did you not know?
No.
No idea.
Oh my, this guy.
Grayson did a good job keeping it a secret.
Yes.
We were worried, but he did.
Yes, she was shocked and
was
excited.
so funny, yeah.
And we're excited. So
Yes, we're so excited to be here with them because we have fun with them at Disney. So
yeah,
we're looking forward to a great weekend at Disney and having all kinds of fun.
can't wait.
Yep. Alright guys, so far today, we've done a lot actually. We did the Tower of Terror, we did Star Tours, which Star Tours That ride gets me sick every time. I hadn't ridden that ride in years just because I knew that it would hurt my stomach. And we rode it and gave it another shot, and it immediately hurt my stomach again. And then after that, we did the Toy Story Mania, and that ride is so fun. Megan beat me again. Like, what? She absolutely crushed me on that ride. Oh my gosh, again, what the heck? And then we had some lunch, and then we just did the Muppet Vision 3D. And that show is interesting. I had never done that before, but pretty fun. Now I think we're gonna go get a little sweet treat, and yeah, we'll show what we get into. So we're back from the park, and guys, it was a fun day. We had a really good day with Jules and Grayson at the park, and it was definitely more chill. We got to ride almost everything. The only rides that we didn't ride was Slinky Dog and Smuggler's Run, which Smuggler's Run is one that we don't really care about that much. I was sad about Slinky Dog. It was a really, really long wait. The wait for that ride was up to 3 hours all day, which is absolutely nuts. That ride is really short, so I can't believe people were waiting that long for that ride. It is spring break. There's a lot of high schoolers here, so it's much busier than the last time we were here. So the wait times for most rides were pretty long. Honestly, for us to be able to ride almost every ride is really awesome with how busy it was. We even actually took a little break and went over to Jules and Grayson's hotel. We've never stayed on Disney property. They asked if we wanted to come over there and chill for a second before we came back and had dinner, and we did. They're staying over at the All-Star Resort. It's a really cool spot. It's all sporty and has basketball and baseball and football type themes and stuff. It's really, really cool. So after that, we came back and we got dinner and watched one of the shows. And Megan and I ended the night by doing our favorite ride, Rise of the Resistance. And it was as awesome as usual. I feel like if you, depending on where you get on in the line, it takes you on like a different route. And that route that we took tonight was definitely different. I don't remember that route from the past couple of times we've ridden it. But yeah, super fun ride. So today was a long day, but a fun day. Tomorrow we've got Epcot, and I can't wait to go there because it is the Flower and Garden Festival. Meg's never done it before. I've been there before during Flower and Garden, and it is actually so beautiful. And yeah, I can't wait for her to see it, and I can't wait to be there. We'll see you guys in the morning. new day here at Disney, and we are at Epcot. Look how beautiful it is. So earlier this morning we woke up early, and Grayson and Jules had gotten here before us as they're staying on property, and got us a queue to do the Guardians ride. And guys, that is so fun. It was so cool. It seemed more fun this time than it did the first time we did it. So we actually did a lightning lane also. We purchased one for later, so we're gonna do it again tonight. After that, we've been walking around. We did the Spaceship Earth, which is amazing. It's such a classic, you have to do it. And then we walked over to the Living Land and did that little ride. And now we are gonna head over to the aquarium and see what it's all about. We're excited to be here for the Flower and Garden Festival because it's so, so beautiful. They've got so many beautiful flowers and beautiful sculptures and things going on. And we can't wait to take you guys along and show you what it looks like. So we've been busy. We went into Under the Seas and we saw the manatees, the dolphins were out, and we saw a bunch of stingrays and hammerheads. That was honestly the most active I've ever seen, the aquarium area. It was so cool and so beautiful. I typically, that's one place I usually am like maybe avoiding, but this time we went in there and it was actually really good. After that, we went over and did Figment. If you've never done Figment, it is a classic ride. Some people kind of overlook it, but honestly, it's pretty good. It's a fun one. And then ever since then, we've just been walking through the countries. So we started in Canada, we've been into the UK, France, Morocco, and Japan. This is the funnest part, I think, of Epcot, and I think the reason that most people come is because of this. It's such a unique thing, and we really love it. We've been stopping and getting a bunch of different food. I tried a spicy hot dog. We just had some Japanese food. We had a fruit sushi roll and a drink there, which was really good. We're just gonna make our way around the world, and we'll show what we get into. So we made it back from a long day at the park. We are so tired. We had another really, really long day. We ended up putting in 23,000 steps total, which is crazy, almost 10 miles today. So we were putting in the steps. We did so much, and we had such a good day at Epcot. Epcot is so fun, and especially because it was the Flower and Garden Festival. That's the first time Megan and I have done that together, and it is so worth it. It is so beautiful. Megan and I really enjoy coming to Disney during the fall because we love all the fall colors. We love everything that it provides, and we just love fall. But honestly, seeing Epcot during the Flower and Garden Festival maybe changed our mind a little bit. That was absolutely beautiful, how they go above and beyond decorating with all the flowers and all the characters, and just so many opportunities throughout the park to see beautiful flowers, and every character that you could think of decorated in flowers. It is just so cool. We loved it so much. But yeah, so earlier today we started our day off with Guardians, and honestly it might have changed my mind. We rode Guardians twice today and it might have changed my mind. That might be my #1 favorite ride. It was so fun, guys. That ride is so fun. It's so unique. It's a mixture of, you know, Space Mountain, which is an all-time classic and an overwhelming favorite for a lot of people, and the Rock and Roller Coaster. So it has some really cool things, but it's so smooth and just so unique every single time. We loved that ride. It is amazing. Our song that we got was I Ran, which was really cool. We loved it. It was fun. So after we did that, we went over to Spaceship Earth, and we got broken down on that ride a couple of times, so it took us a little longer than we wanted to, but that's a classic one. You have to do it, especially because it's in the main Epcot ball and it's just a cool experience. So then we walked over towards the Living Land and went through Journey of Water, inspired by Moana. It is a brand new experience at Disney and it is amazing. It's an outdoor trail that has all of these different water features. You can actually run your hands through water and it plays music. You can lift your hands up and the water will go up. You can walk through the water and the water will stop. And honestly, it was really beautiful. We loved it and it was so interactive. You can make the ocean come to life with your hands. It was just truly the coolest thing. I've never seen anything like that, and it was such a unique experience, and highly recommend just walking through. It's just a walking attraction. You don't have to get any tickets or fast passes or anything like that. You just walk through and go at your own pace, and I think that that's going to be really popular for spring and summertime because it does involve water and it is really hot in Florida, and it's a great opportunity to maybe get spritzed a little bit and cool down, and also just enjoy something that's really unique and beautiful. We did end up going into the Living Land and we rode the Living with the Land ride, and that's another classic one. You have to do that one as well. It is really slow and it can be kind of boring, but it's been here since the beginning and it's a really cool, unique attraction. After that, we ended up walking over to Sea Base, which is basically the aquarium where they have the dolphins, they have sharks, they have stingrays, they have manatees, and they were all active today, and it was so fun seeing all of them out. Totally worth it to see some unique fish that you've probably never seen before. We ended up walking over towards Figment, but before that we walked into a little showcase that they had of butterflies. They have all these beautiful butterflies out for the Flower and Garden, and you can walk through and take pictures and videos of them, and they have them in their cocoons and they're coming to life, and it is just so beautiful and so cool. And then we went into a Disney classic, Figment. It is such a classic ride. It is so unique and cool. I don't know how much longer that ride will last at Disney, so if you get a chance to ride it, definitely go check it out, because it's been here forever and it isn't super popular, so who knows how much longer they'll let it last there, but it is a fun little ride and definitely recommend checking it out. After that, we ended up really exploring the Flower and Garden Festival, and they just have so many beautiful displays and something new, I believe, at Epcot that I didn't know was here before. I think it's new to us, but they have a statue now with Walt Disney right behind the Epcot ball, and it is so cool. They have a guy there, a photographer there that will take your photo with him, and they're selling merchandise with that. And it's a unique little statue that's a special part of Disney that they've added. I loved that. And then we made our way to the World Showcase. Our first stop was Canada. And we did something we've never done before. We actually walked down to the bottom of the world at the Canada Pavilion and went in and watched a little video about Canada. And that was very educational. It was super short. It was like 10 minutes, but it was also very beautiful. After that, we ended up stopping and getting some food. We stopped at one of the stands and I ended up getting a spicy hot dog, and it had a spicy sauce, it had pineapple and plantains on it, and it was awesome. I loved it. And Megan ended up getting a Dole Whip. You got to do it. When you're at Disney, if you don't get a Dole Whip, you're missing out. And that was a nice little stop. Our next stop was in UK, and we just walked through there and looked at some of the shops and things. And then we made our way over to France. And France is so beautiful. They have the Ratatouille ride there. We didn't get to ride it. The line today was like 2 hours, and for us, we had ridden it before and it just wasn't worth it for us to ride it. But the France Pavilion is very beautiful. It's probably one of the more beautiful pavilions in the World Showcase. We then walked through Morocco. They're doing a little work on Morocco, so we didn't stop through there. And then we made our way to Japan. And in Japan, we stopped and got some food and drinks there. We got something really awesome called a frushi roll, which was a fruit, basically sushi roll, and it was coconut rice with strawberry and whipped cream. Had some other things, but it was awesome. That was one of the most unique rolls I've ever had, and it was so sweet, and we loved that. We honestly wanted to go get some more. And then we also ordered some ramen, and then Megan and I got a strawberry watermelon cocktail. It was really small, but also really good. It kind of tasted like a strawberry margarita almost. Then we walked our way through America Pavilion and Italy Pavilion, and in Italy, we ended up getting some more food. Megan and I got the 4-cheese pasta, and I ended up getting a pale ale beer. And both of those were amazing. Megan really loved the 4-cheese pasta. That was like right up her alley, and it was amazing. And then we walked through Germany and walked through China and Norway and made our way to Mexico. And in Mexico, we hopped on the Three Caballeros, another classic one here at Disney. If you haven't done that before, you have to stop in and do it. It is a smooth, cool little ride. We left Mexico, and on our way out, we stopped and got some guacamole, and I picked up a cucumber margarita. And guys, that cucumber margarita was incredible. Highly recommend getting that. That was probably my favorite drink of the day. So good. We made our way back to Guardians because Grayson had got us a lightning lane for today, and we rode Guardians one more time. And the lightning lane, just for reference, for today, which is in April, was $17 a person, which I think it's worth it for that ride. That's a must ride. It's probably the best ride here at Disney, and definitely worth paying a little extra so you can get on it and try it out. After that, we checked our Genie Plus and saw that Soarin's wait time went down, and we ran over there and got on Soarin'. We literally waited for like 20 minutes, which was amazing. One of my favorite parts is when they're in Africa and the elephants are rolling around the dirt, and it smells like dirt and grass, and it's just so cool. We then checked on Frozen on Genie, and it was down, and we ran over there and got in line for that, and we waited for about 30 minutes, and we were able to get on. And honestly, we rode almost everything that we wanted to ride here. The only thing we didn't ride was Remy's Ratatouille, and that's okay. We had ridden it before. Everything kind of played out well for us today to be able to ride everything. And for as busy a day as it was really great that we didn't have to pay for the Genie Plus, and we just kind of walked on different rides throughout the day and managed our time, and it was awesome. We walked over to the USA Pavilion and had dinner at Smokehouse Barbecue. And Megan and I both got brisket sandwiches, and we loved them so much. We weren't really familiar with that place, but Grayson and Jules had heard a lot of good things about it, and it was really great. I'm so glad that we went with that choice. After that, we found a spot on the North Pavilion and watched the brand new Disney show, Luminous: The Symphony of Us. And guys, that was a gorgeous show. I had made a comment earlier in the day that I wasn't too keen on the huge structure that's out in the middle of the water around the World Showcase. It just kind of seems like an eyesore, but now I understand why it's there. It actually was absolutely gorgeous. The way that the water goes and the whole theme of the show is just so beautiful. Just meaning behind it was really special. I loved it so much. I honestly think that that was probably the best show that I've seen at Epcot of the shows that I've seen, since I've been going there. After that, we just gathered our things and headed out the exit. And Epcot was just so beautiful. Love Epcot. Epcot has changed. It used to be a park that you might be able to skip just because it didn't have as many rides and things like that. But now it's got the rides to go along with the beautiful World Showcase and all the experiences. And especially during the Flower and Garden Festival, highly recommend going to see that. You could really enjoy the park without ever jumping on a ride during Flower and Garden and just enjoying the World Showcase and all the flowers. Tomorrow is our last day here at Disney. We are heading over to Animal Kingdom. So we've got to get up bright and early, and we'll see you guys over there.
What'd you find?
So we made it home. We didn't update you on our final day at Disney. So our last day was Animal Kingdom, and as you know, we love Animal Kingdom. It is always so beautiful. It's always so fun. So we ended up arriving really early, and the first ride we jumped on was Kilimanjaro Safari. That is a must in the morning time because it is the best opportunity to see all the animals. They're so active. They're feeding them in the mornings, and so every animal that you can think of is really close. They're running around. It's so awesome. We ended up getting to see a baby elephant. It was running and getting food with its mother. We saw some of the zebras really close. We saw wildebeests really close. We saw the rhinos really close. And one thing that was super awesome was as we were coming up to the lion exhibit, the male and female lion were perched up on their rocks like almost if it was a movie scene, and the female lion starts vocalizing. And it was just incredible. It was such an awesome time and such a cool experience because supposedly that is very rare for you to be able to see that in person like that. Supposedly you can hear it in the park sometimes, but to actually see it up close like that is very rare, and we got very lucky. After that, we got off of the ride and we walked around the gorilla area. We got to see the hippos really close, which was awesome. They were right up against the aquarium wall, and you could see them going up and down, getting some air. We walked around Africa for a little bit, and the Africa Pavilion was just absolutely beautiful. All the flowers, the way that it looks and the way that they've designed it is very beautiful. After that, we ended up walking over to Asia, and we stood in line for the Everest ride. As you guys know, we black out every time, and we did again. Every time we go backwards, we always are blacking out. After that, we ended up walking over to Dino Land, and we really took in Dino Land just because it is actually going to be getting taken away soon. They're changing it to a South America section, which we're very excited about, but there is something special about Dino Land. We rode the dinosaur ride, and it's always so fun. After that, we took a little snack break, and we ordered a Mickey pretzel because you got to do it. You got to get you a Mickey pretzel or a Mickey ice cream bar when you're in Disney. And we ended up getting a Mickey pretzel. And after that, we ended up walking around the gift shop and looking around for a little bit. And we headed over to the Nemo show. Megan and I have never done the Nemo show, and it was actually so fun and so good. They did an amazing job with that. The actors were incredible. The way that they have it, the visualization of it all was just so perfect. I loved it. That was a very cool show, and I can't believe we'd never done that before. That was really awesome. After that, we actually did something we've never done before. We hopped on the Kali River Rapids ride, and I was very nervous because we kept seeing people get off the ride and they were soaking wet, and I was like, oh man, I don't want to spend the rest of the day soaked. I ended up getting Megan a poncho to wear on the ride, and I actually had my rain jacket, so I put that on. And Grayson and Jules didn't wear anything. They just went for it, hoping that they didn't get wet. So we ended up jumping on that ride, and it was really fun. A very short ride, but very fun. And we get to the part where it goes down the big hill to the splash, and Grayson and Jules got soaked. It was so funny. The ride ended up just going down perfectly for them, and it was a wall of water that soaked them.
Oh, no! 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 Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God!
Megan ended up being pretty dry. I ended up being pretty dry. Our shoes got a little wet, but that was about it. So we lucked out, but Jules and Grayson got soaked. After that, we went over and had lunch at Yak and Yeti. Yak and Yeti is a very popular spot. It's one of the most recommended spots in Disney to try out, and I understand why. It was probably the best food that we had in the park the 3 days that we were there. Megan got a dragon roll bowl, which was really cool and really good. I got a salmon meal that had fried rice, loved mine. Grayson got a fried chicken and a ribs meal, which was really good. And Jules got, I think it was some kind of like soup type deal, and she loved hers. We all loved our food. It was really good. After that, Jules and Grayson actually left because they were staying on property, so they got there 30 minutes before us and were able to do the Pandora stuff. Megan and I, we actually bought a lightning lane to do the Flight of Passage, and it was totally worth it. We didn't end up having to wait 90 minutes. We jumped right on. It was totally worth it to do that, and we rode it, and it was amazing per usual. Pandora is always so beautiful. After that, Megan and I were kind of trying to decide what to do, so we saw that there was a 10-minute wait for Safari. We jumped on that one last time, and we ended up heading out of the park by 4 o'clock. I will say that Genie Plus is kind of a hit or miss. You just kind of have to decide what your plans are for the day. If your goal is to ride all the rides really quickly and kind of have a peaceful second half of the day, Genie Plus could be totally worth it. I will say that depending on the park, Lightning Lane only could be a great option for you instead of spending the full money to do the Genie Plus. We did have really good success at Epcot and Animal Kingdom just doing the Lightning Lane versus doing the Genie Plus. So just kind of have to weigh out the pros and cons of that. That evening we ended up getting ready and we went to Disney Springs and had some pizza, went shopping around, and ended our night. And we ended up saying goodbye to Jules and Grayson, and we had such an amazing time with them. We loved getting to come down and surprise Jules for her birthday. It was an absolutely amazing trip. We got to ride almost everything we wanted to ride, got to see everything we wanted to see, and we got to do some things that we'd never done before, and that made it so special and so fun, and also just special being there with our friends. We hadn't been there with them since 2019, and it was very awesome. We had such a great time. The next day, we ended up waking up and driving home. Our 7-hour drive ended up being a 10-hour drive because the traffic was absolutely horrible. Today, we ended up waking up and it was solar eclipse day, so we were outside seeing the solar eclipse, the first one since 2017. which is absolutely crazy. And the next one will be 2044, I believe, when the solar eclipse will be here. So yeah, we ended up getting some good shots on our phones and stuff, getting what we could of the solar eclipse, and Megan's mom had some glasses that we could use from 2017, which was really awesome. We hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. It was a pretty sporadic one, but I hope you enjoyed it. Remember to like, subscribe, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, all the things, and we'll see you guys in the next adventure.
This is where